Hey, I'm Jeff McAbee. I am from Berkshire Hathaway Home Services and Colorado Properties. And today we're going to look at 149 Willis Place in Beaver Creek, also known as Ridgepoint Condos. Beautiful spot. Okay, so here we are at 149 Willis Place, Unit 164 in Beaver Creek, Colorado. This is a 4-bedroom, 4-bath, 2 full baths. One of them is a 3/4 bath, one of them is a half bath. It's got a little loft where they added or enclosed to make a 4th bedroom. It's a fantastic multi-split condo slash townhouse built in 1981. There's 3 levels in there, and I think we should go check it out, you know? I mean, here's the neighborhood, essentially. You know, so you got these little townhome type deals right next to the edge of Beaver Creek Ski Resort, and I'll show you where that comes in a little bit. But I will say that you get 1 parking spot out front. That's assigned, and then I will show you where there are some visitor spots as well. So you could definitely have a couple of cars here on your visit, but there's the parking for 161, and my vehicle is in it right now, so. But I'm here, so that makes sense. All right. Now, if you got dropped off by the dollar ride through Beaver Creek, they'd probably drop you off right here at this walkway entrance. And let's say you have your skis or whatnot, and you come here and you've got this nice little bench to sit down and take your ski boots off of. You know, just boom, 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 which is really nice. And then you also have this outdoor closet where you can store your skis. You can see ski racks up there. It's really well done. You've got a little absorbent, carpet down there because, you know, there's going to be some snow on there dripping and whatnot. It keeps some sleds in here as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pairs of skis. So, and you know, you could lean kid skis down at the bottom. You wouldn't have to hang them. So, really a nice touch. And on the outside here, you've got a nice screen door, a glass door, I guess, in the summer. Looks like it can be converted to screen. A beautiful front door with a digital lock on it, so you can just give clients or renters the code, which I think can be changed easily, and you know, keep the place secure when you're not here. If you look in here, you've got another little place to sit down and put on or take off your shoes, which I can't overstate being a great thing to have while you're in Beaver Creek. We also have a owner's closet here with a lock on it. This one's actually locked off at the moment and being used as such because it's really nice to leave some stuff. Really nice to leave some stuff up here while you're you're not here, and that way you don't have to pack everything that you need for a ski trip every time you come out and visit. At the price point, 2.795, you expect some high-end finishes, and I'm seeing that on the entry. That's a beautiful little chandelier. it's modern, it's nice, but it doesn't lose the feel of Beaver Creek, you know, mountainy and you know, ski home like it's supposed to be. Rubber mats are always good because you come in sometimes with wet feet. Another bench to take off, and this is sold partially furnished. This is kind of cool because it matches. You can see the pine cone motif, and that's a place to hang, and it matches the bench. So that's really kind of a nice touch. Some of the art is going to be taken away. Beautiful mirror in the front. Check yourself before you go out for a nice evening at the Villar Performing Arts Center. That would be sweet. You know, check your makeup or whatnot before you go out. And then, as usual, I want to take off my shoes, but you know, we want to encourage people not to track their shoes in upstairs. But here's a really nice touch because they've got a basket of flip-flops, hot tub towels, and do I see any, what I would put in there is some slippers, you know, something warm and cozy for winter. And a little bit of, right behind there is a little more storage. It's locked off, so owner storage. Probably they have some skis or something in there, I don't know. And it's obviously probably a pretty good size there, given the fact, I mean, there's a return air vent right next to it, but given the fact that it's under the stairs, you probably got a fair amount of room. Right, and on this first floor, this entry floor, ground level, we have our first bedroom, which is the primary suite, without a doubt. You walk in, you see it's got a nice king-size bed, 2 end tables, and some lamps. I love the wood paneling on the wall. You know, it screams late 80s, 90s, which, you know, is starting to see a little bit more of that. My kids are singing Nirvana at this point, and which makes me laugh. And so a really decent sized bedroom with some natural light on the first floor and a little bench on a deck here, so that in the morning, if you wanted to come out and sit and say hi to the neighbors in the summertime, you could do that. And yeah, it's really kind of nice. You could also probably just run out to your car right here, I don't know, because there's the parking spot, not far away at all. Okay, a little nook to sit and read with more beautiful natural light, and then another owner's closet. That's a mirror there, right? So owner's closet, please leave closed. It's also locked, so you know, ski coats and all that stuff doesn't have to make the trip back and forth to, you know, wherever you're coming from, which is a really nice touch. The carpet is in excellent shape. Feels cozy to the toes. I like it. And this furniture, they've got a TV here, which, you know, you can watch your sports in the winter on your ski trip, because sometimes sports are still going on during ski season, a lot of times. And nice dresser. Put your clothes in or whatever. Plenty of room, you know, for people. Whether you're renting it or it's just going to be yours. This is a nice double sliding door closet, so room for definitely 2 people to hang some clothes. And they've got some gates and luggage rack in there at the moment, humidifier, and a little heater, space heater fan, but it's, you know, it's cozy in here anyway, so I don't know if they use that very often. Going into the bathroom, they keep with the ski motif. It's got double sinks in the primary, which is fantastic, and lots of storage. Look at all these drawers. These are great. The sinks are in beautiful shape. The marble countertop, really a nice touch. You go all the way up. The fixtures are in great shape. A little even more storage in between. Kind of divides the two sinks as well. Really nicely done here. Some sort of industrial touches. You come into the primary restroom or shower, and you have these nice towel racks to hang your stuff. Toilet. This is like a nice little travertine tile. It feels as good as it looks. It's really sweet. I like the little square tiles on the bottom of the shower. These floors are heated underneath, so my feet are feeling that warmth come up through the floor, which just feels great, you know, in the winter time. This shower, I am 6 feet 2, and the shower is probably like 7 feet. It's so really nice, you know. Tall people know that it's kind of a pain to deal with a tiny little shower and all that, but so that's well taken care of in the primary suite, so I really enjoy that. All right, so let's continue on upstairs. On level 2, we come into some wood floors. Okay, beautiful wood floors. Let's see. I was seeing if it says what kind of wood it is, but it's dark wood. It's really nice. Continuing with the wood paneling, nice little shot of a moose. I think they might be taking some of this artwork with them, but that's fine. And a really cool second floor concept. And the only reason people are going to stay here is, you know, to be in the bedroom. And then there's a bathroom on this level, which is really nice. So 2 bedrooms there, and then a bathroom again with a double sink. So well apportioned, I think. This is a very nice sized bedroom as well. You can see it's got end tables, bedside tables on either side. This is a queen size bed. They've got a TV mounted on the wall, so you know you don't have to miss a show or whatever. Once you're back at the place and you're exhausted from your day's activities, it'd be pretty sweet. And this has got a view out the window here, and looking up. Let me get over here, looking up at Beaver Creek. There's a trail right there. You can't quite make out the boundary from this window, but pretty good. It's not far. You have to trust me on that one. I'll show you in a little bit. Another double-sided closet with a lot of storage. I think 2 people could get, you know, a week's worth of clothes in there easy, maybe 3 weeks worth. You know, if you're going to be spending a lot of time in your biking shorts or whatever, they don't take up much room. So yeah, that's bedroom 2. 1 of 2 on the second floor, though. Here's another shot at this bathroom. A little bit looks like a little more granite on the countertops, and super nice to have up here. We have the second full bathroom. It's got a bathtub. The other one only had it didn't have a bathtub, so I guess it was the 3/4. But again, super tall. That one's probably 8 feet above, you know, so kind of nice to have that. And then if you wanted to take a bath and you're under 6 feet, for sure you could get in there and take a bath, which is fantastic. Second bedroom, a mirror basically of the first that I just showed you. Our third bedroom, second bedroom, mirror. Those 2 on this floor, they mirror each other. And that is a Ooh, nice little TV setup, same as the other. And a nice window, a nice closet. You can see it reflecting there. So basically just a mirror image of the other room. I'll leave that one closed. You can see right, if I zoom in, you see that orange sign right there? That is the boundary of Beaver Creek. And there's a trail that goes by there, used a lot in the summer, but you can use part of it in the winter, I think, to sort of ski in, ski out. But that I can show you later as well. So that is floor number 2. We'll continue to go upstairs. Carpeted stairs, you know, so you don't slip. It's not loud, you know, you're not bumming up here. They've got it set up for a rental. I know today that some new renters are showing up at 3 o'clock, and so they've got this really set up with a guest book. They call this place the Gilded Antler Chalet. Okay, so that's pretty nice. And you know, they've got it set up really well, apportioned with games and whatnot, which is so fun, you know, with your family on a ski trip. That's just so great. Game night it's the best, you know. Maybe we can get away from cell phones and that for a bit and play some old-fashioned games. Really, 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 really large living room, well apportioned, couple of different comfy leather sofas here. The lighting is great. You can see the vaulted ceiling. I mean, it just screams chalet. If anything ever did. I mean, this is a fantastic fireplace, gas. It's not wood anymore, so it's gas. But you know, no mess, and lights up brilliantly and keeps the place warm. Views over into the evergreens, which is really nice. Adds a bit of privacy when you want to keep these windows open. And then a nice little deck with a place to grill, which is a part of any good ski trip, is a good grill. So they've got that covered here. Like I say, pretty well apportioned, looking very nice. And you can start to see yourself being super cozy and comfortable in here after a day of snow. And today's today's March the 12th. Rephrase that, March the 14th. And we're supposed to get snow tonight, March 14th, 2026, in case. So, you know, being cozy by this fire in this room, playing some games after a ski day, that's a pretty awesome way to spend a day of your life. Yeah, great. You know, I like this too. This is a kind of a, you know, there's a nice little railing, but they've used glass, you know, so it sort of really keeps it open. And as you walk up the stairs, you first come across the dining room table, and you know, it looks over, and so nobody's going to be excluded if somebody's in here making a meal or playing a game at the table and somebody else is down watching TV, which they have hung above the fireplace, which is really nice. You can look up to it. Great for a movie night or what have you. And quartz on the countertops here. Beautiful. They've got 4 stools, so you just sit around and drink coffee in the morning, and which is a good, you know, reason that they have a nice little coffee bar here, or tea if that, a little French press, a little coffee grinder, and then a nice cabinet for coffee cups, you know, and whatnot. And And then here, forget, is a nice little wine fridge. Which is, you know, really swell. You can keep your bottles of wine cool or what have you. A little après ski to relax. Again, we'll come into the kitchen. It's a super large double sink with a disposal and a handle that moves down, you know, so you can use Kohler sink too, so really very nice. I like how I love this. A little belly splash area you can lean up against too. They've got, these look like really new appliances by Genair. That looks like a dishwasher. The oven is a good size oven, so, and then they've got gas and a griddle there, so you can do some pancakes and your bacon and whatnot, or whatever your choice is. Well stocked to be rented at the moment, so that's why you'll see every utensil and every kind of deal. And then if you look at these cabinets, really large, tall, three-shelved, at least three-shelved, four-shelved cabinets for plates and bowls, and so a lot of really nice storage. The hood, it's an actual real hood, you know, that kind of dissipates some of the smoke if need be, and vented out the back, I think, but I can find that out. Really nice double fridge and freezer, more storage, and then if you look down, I mean, it's a fan. You've got a microwave here. You've got just drawer after drawer, lazy Susan in the corners, really well done kitchen. Wooden floors in here as well, and you've got laundry room at the very end. You've got a nice stackable washer and dryer, all right, and a good size Maytag, like, you know, you can do a full load. It's not a condo size or anything like that. And then you come in here, this is the half bath, which is really great. You know, you're cooking, you don't have to leave this level, you know, you can just come to the half bath that's right off of the kitchen, which is just a really nice part of the layout of this condo. And yeah, if there's anything else I can show you, we've got one more level up here. It used to be a loft, so it would be like 3 levels with a loft, but what they did was they walled it off on the outside so that they could make it a bedroom and call this is the 4th bedroom. So up another flight of stairs, and you come into, I mean, what is basically the perfect kids' bedroom, right? Kind of thing. So nice little rack that's made out of old wooden skis so you can hang coats, keep them off the floor. This chair is a fold out, so it folds out into a little twin bed, which is great. And then you've got a twin over full bunk bed, which is a lot of fun if you're on vacation, right? And you've got ceiling fans throughout. Another TV in here for whoever's in this room. And you can see this is kind of the remnants of the loft. We're just right above the kitchen. And kids can come over and look and see if they want to, if the pancakes are ready or whatnot, you know. A total 3/4 bathroom here that's in the kids' bathroom, so you don't have to share, which is really nice. Good places to hang the tiles. Towels, not tiles, but it is a tile floor. Nice little bit of extra storage there, and a single sink. Just seems to be plenty. And then the shower, and has a little slanted roof, which adds to the kind of treehouse feel for the kids' room up here. And even though that one is probably only about 5'9", you could adjust it up to a higher level if you wanted to. Tile is in great shape. Just an excellent unit overall. And yeah, so now that you've seen the inside, I'm gonna close this one off and I'll show you a little bit more about Ridgepoint and the pool and the parking and all that good stuff. Okay, hang on. All right, as promised, I'm gonna walk down the steps. I just move all the way to the guest parking, show you that. Before I do, I'll show you there's a place to recycle and to dump your garbage, a little place for your pet disposables. Really close to your place, so that's nice. And you know, I don't know if you can hear this, but it's super quiet here. It's really nice. Got one of 2 tennis courts. More pickleball probably these days, but I can see some new lines on there. A lot of people playing pickleball, which is great. Keeping people active. You can see there's a view to Red and White Mountain right there across the valley with the snow up there. And then we're looking into Avon down there. So we're not all the way up to the top, but we are above the valley floor, without a doubt. But here we are with some visitor parking, okay? So ample visitor space. Which is really important. And then you've got this really nice trail that's at the base. So I even included a trail map for you. So the Beaver Creek golf course is just right below me. Those homes are on the golf course. So I don't know, I think it's I want to say hole 7, but I don't play at that golf course very often. But I'm glad I wore my other shoes. But this is sort of like, and we were talking about this earlier, like if you wanted Ridgepoint, you could take the shuttle up to Beaver Creek and go skiing all day, and at the end of the day, you know, after there's a lot of snow, you can ski back in here via this little skiway. But you can also use this, I know, to get onto one of the mountain bike trails that goes up to the Village to Village trail. And it's a very challenging bike ride, uphill obviously, but you have access to it. And most of the people that come here are in great shape. And a lot of people, not everybody obviously, but you'd be surprised. So you can see a chair turning in the back. That's the chair off the Beaver Creek Landing. And the Beaver Creek Landing is a bike stop, you know, is a bus stop. It's there's some residences there, and it's where the Weston gondola comes in. So if I can show this to you, you know, obviously 2026 is not a good snow year, and you're not skiing into there, but you would ski in here and back down to the road we came, but that's the Beaver Creek. That's the Leave the Beeve skiway. And apparently it's the last exit off the Leave the Beeve. And you've got yourself, you know, a ski in. And here's that bike path I was telling you about. Oh man, what's that called? But it's a good one. It's a good one. It gets you up to village. So, you know, beautiful views. This over here, you can see that's where they're building the new Whole Foods. So that's cool. We're gonna move on up and get ourselves a Whole Foods. And you've got views across the way, like I said, Red and White Mountain, and Wild Ridge is up there. For those of you who know that neighborhood. And we're really a great location, you know, because you get all the amenities, you know, of living in the village, but you're not paying the prices. There's a ton of there's 12 other four bedrooms in Beaver Creek for sale right now, and this one at 2.7 is way below 2.75 is way below the next closest that's up in the village, and there's one up in there in the Highlands, and it's really nice. It needs some work, but it's still like 3.5, so it's a considerable jump up. And since I'm in, now that I've shown you, we're back, I'll go show you the pool. All right, so here we are at the Ridgepoint hot tub. It's like a 10 or 15 person hot tub right here, so super nice, open till 10 p.m. Completely remodeled. The pool's out there, currently covered. So really a nice amenity here for après ski and summertime pool. I think it's heated. It's all brand new, so it's in really good shape, yeah. Here's another view of the pool area. And I'd say it's about about the same amount of walk as it was to the visitor parking. So, you know, a couple minutes tops from 164. That's Ridgepoint, you know. Unit 164, 149 Willis Place. If you'd like to get in to see it or want some more information, just reach out to me via my contact information. I'd be happy to answer any questions you have. Thanks a lot. I'm Jeff McAbee, Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, Colorado Properties.